Alright, next up is Lud and Zallen. For spells, I have Fall Control, 3 Yearns, and Homeward, but the Yearns are really all that matter right now. Alright, we could set up RTSR for the dog in the building, but I think I'm going to skip it this time. As long as I remember to two-hand my rapier, we'll be fine. And we have Flynn's Ring, so we should be able to one-shot the dog. And we're going to Yearn and Run. Same as before. The only difference now is that now these retainers will stand up and attack us, but they are distracted by Yearn, so no problem. Make sure we have some cover. So it looks like he was targeting the Yearn, that's good. I haven't actually seen this guy not target the Yearn, but I feel like he could. Alright, moving on. This part is a little different because we don't have the ice for cover and we're coming from a different direction. So you want to make sure you have some cover from this guy. That guy under the archway can target you, not the Yearn, with his first shot. So either be ready to dodge or make sure you have cover. Yeah, he's targeting you. Rude. I'm gonna toss out another Yearn early for this to make sure this enemy sees it. And that guy was targeting me as well. You gotta watch out for those dudes. And also make sure you have a unit in this area before you run into it. Because sometimes if it's too far back in the previous area, then they might not notice it. They might not go for it. Alright, now for the dog. I'm gonna remember to two-hand the rapier because I do not have RTSR, so that's important. You can have a one-shot. But it's still the same plan. Let him hit the box. Finish him off. Easy. Cast another Yearn and run. And he is targeting Yearn. Good. So we are clear. Once we get to about here, we're safe. The enemies won't follow us this far. So let's open the door and go get that key so we can get to Lud and Zallen. We will have to get past a flexile sentry in this cave. We have two options for that. We can snipe him from the high ground where we're completely safe. It's a free kill, very easy to do. But it is kind of slow. So instead, we're going to go with this faster, but also a very easy, very safe strat. We're going to ready the Aged Feather so we can make a quick getaway. Step up here, lure him out with one shot. We're going to wait till he reaches the end of his leash and starts to de-aggro. There, that should do. Now we're going to drop down, get the key, and feather out. But yeah, because he is de-aggroing, he's moving very slowly and he doesn't pick up aggro on us right away. So he's slow to attack here. We have a lot of time to get out. That's why it's very safe. As long as you wait for him to reach the end of his leash. That's important. He needs to be de-aggroing for that to be marathon safe. Alright. Now we'll yearn and run to the next bonfire. Alright, all clear. I'm going to do another preemptive yearn over here to make sure that this golem has something to go for. You want to have a yearn out where they can see it. Close enough to them. Otherwise, they can target you with a quick spear throw. Alright, quick detour here for a couple of Brightbugs. I think these are worth getting. They're pretty quick, pretty easy. 2 Brightbugs in the chest nearest the door. Just keep a yearn up and you should have no trouble. Alright, for this next guy, I want to toss out a yearn kind of over the cliff, kind of near him. I want to make sure he can see it, so he doesn't target me with his first spear throw. Still want to watch for it. Alright, he's on the yearn, that's good. Yeah, this guy can target you with his first spear throw, if you're not too careful. So be ready to dodge it. Alright, get to the bonfire, reset the enemies, and now for spells. We could bring Dark Weapon for Lud and Zallen, but we don't need it. Same as with Ava, we could just use a Fire Resin. We could bring Sacred Oath, but we actually don't want to. Sacred Oath is counterproductive at Lud and Zallen. It can cause us to do too much damage and trigger Zallen too early, and that can be really bad. So we're actually not going to use any spells at all out here. But we are going to remove all of our extra weight. And prepare Green Blossoms. The stamina management will be key. Okay, let's set up our TSR and get going. We can save a bit of time here. We don't need to heal up and wait for the poison to fully tick down like we normally would. We can just step into the coffin and that will pause the poison damage. So as soon as we see RTSR activate, we'll jump in and be on our way. Here we go. Frigid Outskirts, here we come. One of the keys to Frigid Outskirts is keeping your bearings. At the start, we're going to use the coffin to get our bearings and head for the first building. So it should be right about like this. That should be a good angle. Good enough. This first run is very easy. There are no enemies in the way. As long as we are running in the general direction of the first building, we'll be fine. It's afterwards where things start to get interesting. The weather comes in cycles in Frigid Outskirts, and there's a bit of RNG to it. Clear weather can last anywhere from 15 to 22 seconds. Blizzards can last 25 to 30 seconds. But within those ranges, it appears to be completely random. And that can make things difficult. Alright, so we're going to wait at the building where we're safe from the reindeer. Just going to chill here for a while. We're going to wait about 15 to 20 seconds after the blizzard starts, then we'll pop a green blossom. Because the timing of the weather can be random, if it's unkind to us, then we might need all the stamina we can get to make it to safety, to where we need to be. So green blossom is helpful. Strongly recommend. And we're going to ready our bow because there could be a hollow out there. We need to snipe. Hollow might not be in our way. He might be in our way. We won't know till we get there. Okay, let's run. Okay, that hollow is definitely in our way. We're going to have to kill him. That's what the bow is for. Okay. And we're going to switch to the hammer. Oh, that was a very short weather cycle. Okay. Just chilling at the corpse. We're going to outspace the reindeer's first attack. Just run away from him. And turn and pancake. I'm going to drop the hammer because it's really heavy. Don't want to run with that. Use the corpse to get your bearings. The corpse on the ground, not the corpse of the hollow. And we're going to run to the next building. Okay, not the best angle. Hollow kind of screwed me up, I think, but I think we'll be okay. As long as we get close enough to the building that another reindeer does not spawn, we're fine. If you're in doubt, if you're not sure you can make it to safety in time, just feather out, go through Frigid Outskirts again. Better than risking a reindeer where you don't want to face them. Yeah, this should be fine. We're close enough. Alright. Same plan to get to the next building. We're going to run up to the corpse, maybe snipe some hollows if they're in the way. Bust out the hammer for the reindeer, and then we'll make it to the next building. It's important to get to the corpse because our corpse is our only landmark for us to get our bearings out there. There's the corpse. There's one hollow. He looks like, we'll have to kill him. We might have to kill them both, which is not ideal. I forgot the green blossom. My bad. I think we have time to use it though. That's fortunate. You want to use the green blossom when you're still waiting at the building. Same plan. Out space. They almost always start with that charging headbutt, but it's not guaranteed. They could do something else. If they do something else, it's still fine. You can still just smack them after they do their attack. Their other attacks are generally easier to dodge. The spacing can get tight on the headbutt sometimes if you're not careful. And yes, pancake and run. Go into the next building. For this next building, we want to swing out wide, kind of up the hill a bit. We do not want to aggro the enemy down there. There he is, just loaded in. And we do not want to aggro the golem in the building either. So we swing out wide there. So we don't aggro either of them. Drop next to the building. Looks like we had a good weather cycle that time. And we're going to line up parallel. We're going to roll out 3 times from the corner of the building. 1, 2, 3. Just to get us a little bit closer to our goal. We'll pop that green blossom. So we're ready to run. We want to be quick here. We need the green blossom. We want all the stamina we can get to guarantee we can get through in time. Because if the weather pattern is very short here, it can get very tight. So manage your stamina carefully. Don't forget the green blossom. Run, run, run. Alright, we made it comfortable that time. The weather was kind. But even if the weather is really, really bad, you should still be able to get to safety before another blizzard kicks up. Once you make it onto this path, you're clear. The blizzards will end. If you do get a reindeer spawning and coming after you, they will chase you all the way to the blockade, so you're just going to want to feather out as soon as you can, if that does happen. Anyway, we made it, so now it is time for Lud and Zallen. Let's go. We're going to want Cards Rapier and full damage rings, blades, RTSR, Flins, and Leo. We're going to need a Brightbug and a fire resin, and then we're going to get to it. So the plan for this fight, we're going to go for 2 counter hits on Lud at the start. That'll be enough to damage him, but not trigger Zallen. If one of the hits is not a counter hit, we'll go for a 3rd. But no more than 3. Once we get him into that range, then we need to get aggressive. Not reckless, but aggressive. Because we cannot afford to wait around for the perfect opportunity to finish off Lud. Because that will just burn out our buffs. And if our buffs run out, this fight becomes very difficult. So the plan is to get those 2 counter hits at the start, and then get aggressive and finish off Lud. We're going to try and lure him away from where Zallen spawns in. That should help a little. But even if we don't manage to finish off Lud in time, which we should, as long as we don't miss a bunch of attacks, we should be able to kill him no problem. Even if we do, as long as Lud has just 1 hit left, it's actually not that bad to fight both cats at once. But we should be able to avoid that. So, don't slow roll it here. That's the key takeaway. Don't let your buffs run out before Lud dies, and you should be okay. So we're going to kind of lure Lud over here. Come on, friend. And this first fire just like Ava. That's a counter. Good. That's a counter. Okay, we're ready to go. Next opportunity. Getting aggressive. Do something. There we go. Yeah, plenty of time to finish him off, especially if you lure him away from where Zallen spawns in. So you don't need to play that too cautiously. Not reckless, but aggressive. Don't wait around. As long as you can finish him off before buffs run out, you're good to go. And now we basically won. This is just like Ava, but a little easier because he has less health. And once his health gets low, he's going to jump back and try to buff up. Will give us a free chance for a kill. He should buff now. That'll do. Okay, GG. Cats are down. Moving on. Yeah, as long as you don't slow roll it, as long as you don't let your buffs run out, you should have no problems here. Alright, next split.